9223355.
Thank you for coming today.
I'll start over. Let me, where you want it now, see? Go ahead. Get this thing figured out here. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Great. I never knew how to win this place that sometimes it's blank in the front there. Ronnerrud, spelled Ronnerud. And a lot of them say Ronnerrud, you know, and I was looking for R-U and R-E and R-E-U, looking for that. So we're down here, it's June the 5th, 1996, and we're down here at the Vistova, Turner Hall, and we're having a little conversation here with your Grant here, talking about your early days farming, and we'll get into some of that log sawing, and for the historic Cheesemaking Center involving dairying and farmers here, Dr. Bill Hine is going to be with us. Okay? Thanks again for coming. That's quite a handshake you got there. You know, because I remember you saw him logs from me one time, and he took that bolts and he didn't bother with a wrench. He just
When you're sawing log, you gotta take a hold of it, open the road.
Yeah, I can see that. All right, Grant. Where were you born?
When?
Where?
Right at home on the farm there.
And this is located where?
Oh, about 3 miles north of Gratiot on 78, where the Ronnerrud factory, that factory's on our farm.
Okay, now, so the buildings that's right next to the factory, is that it?
No, that's Everson, we're down east.
East on the road,
First farm on the right
On
there.
the right, okay, going east. So that's on your farm, and that's where the name came from, the Ronnerrud factory, all right? Now, did your parents come over from Norway, or did your grandparents?
My dad was 1 year old when they came. His grandparents brought him.
And they settled right in this area here, or did they settle around Wyota, or this is the whole place where they homesteaded, or what?
They came to Woodford and lived there for 2 years in a little log cabin with another family. And then they moved out there for,
A small log cabin and 2 families.
yeah, right.
You had to do it.
So we had that under the roof anyway.
All right, and then they moved over to the place which you're at now, right?
Well, no, I live east of the, west of the factory, on north of Gratiot.
Yeah, I meant, but your home place.
Or the home place.
And about what year was it? And you were 1 year old when you were there, right?
My dad was 1 year old. And they moved there 2 years later, so he'd have been about 3 years old, I suppose, in 1969 and then 1972.
All right, have you got any brothers and sisters? You?
I've got 2 brothers and 2 sisters.
So it's 5 in the family, and one brother I knew that used to saw logs with you when you used to come down there around sawing.
Yep, all right.
All right, so when you were raised, your dad milked cows,
Sure.
and all the milk to the Ronnerrud factory, I presume.
And twice a day with horses, you know, like them.
What time did you think of the year was that when they started out making the trip just once a day?
Well, I suppose they started in April, and then they'd run for about until end of November, and then the rest of the winter was the cheesemaking and vacation.
Well, of course, twice a day, they already had the next year's work done, would you think? No, how I meant was, when do you think you started hauling? I guess I stated it wrong here. When did you start hauling it once a day? About, you know, we talked the late 30s.
I suppose it might have been in 28, 29.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Then you start getting cool, you can cool the milk to home.
Yeah.
What type of cooler did you have, or how did you cool the milk?
Well, they bought a whole bunch of coolers, and the farmer could pick them up and then run the water through them, and then he stand and stir the water and keep the milk cool that way.
How was it, a cooler?
Yeah.
What type, you mean the one that flowed over the, like pipes?
No, the water would go in, say it like this, the water would go in there, then the milk would run to the outside of it and then come out into the can. You never saw that?
Well, the ones that we had over here at the Historic Center, the only one I ever saw has these pipes.
This is different.
It was just, explain that again, just real slow.
Well, it was a big can, and they're from like this, tapered to the top. And then you pour the milk up here, and the water running the outside of that into like a rain spout down there around, and then out into the can.
Is that right?
So it wouldn't be any colder than what the water was, 54 degrees.
No, it's just good. That's pretty cold. Then later on, did you, when you had the 10-gallon milk cans, then you went to a tank then, right, or
Built a milk house, and then a tank. Right.
the hand stirred?
And no bulk tank at that time.
Well, did you have to haul milk yourself, or
Yeah, that whole go.
with a team of horses?
Sure. Sure. And then later on, a Model T had a box on it. Real modern now.
Did you ever get stuck with it? We were just talking about some of the muddy roads in the spring.
We didn't have that far to go.
And we had gravel.
Well, back in about 29 or 30, we got gravel, otherwise it was mud, you know. When it was rainy or spring, fall.
Well, who were some of the cheesemakers that you can remember in the Ronnerrud factory?
Jake Tischer, remember him?
Well, the only Jake I knew, well, the one Jake farmed over.
Oh, yeah.
That was another Jake. I never really knew this Jake.
That would be Jake's son. And Tony Rosley,
Oh, yes, Tony is from our area, from the family, from the Sarah.
he was there quite a few years. And then Cookie Wells. And then they had different hired men, you know.
Sure.
through the years.
But you go back as far as Jake, any other ones besides Jake and Tony?
Yeah, there were some different ones, I don't remember the names.
Yeah.
But they'd only be there for a couple of years, you know. But Jake and Tony, they stayed there for quite a while. Cookie was there quite a few years.
All right, now, when you first started hauling milk there, what type of cheese were they making? Did they always make Swiss or?
Wheel Swiss and some brick.
No, never made Ronnerrud there, just.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay. Now, these horses, were they pretty tame, or did you ever have any runaways, or have any problems at the factory there?
I suppose they'd kick once in a while, but no runaways as far as I know.
Did you raise your own colts, or did you get some of these Broncos from the west?
Well, we raised some and we bought some, sure.
But they were two-spirited then.
I had a team of Broncos, they were real nice to have. And then I traded them for on a tractor, and the man bought it for cultivating corn, and they run away with him. So he got rid of them. I could handle them. You could put them on the wagon, and I could go to the house and just leave them right there, and they'd stand there, they picked up the reins, and then they'd go. They were a real nice team that way.
Do you have a name for them?
Sure. Don't ask me what it was now.
Well, I just wanted sometime. All right, how many cows did family milk then?
How many what?
How many cows was your kind of peak production? How much you milk by hand? We'll put it.
Oh, usually 12, 15. You know, it wasn't as much of a business at that time, but just the way of life, farming was. Right?
Right. You work for to make a living, and today you make money to buy a living.
Well, there wasn't much to buy. We had a garden, you know, and everything like that. But later on, I worked for a dairyman. He had almost 65, 70 cows.
And who was that?
That was Ralph Eastwood. I was 17 in 1933, 90 cents a day. That's pretty good. And that wasn't 10-hour days either, what you call 14. So 6, 7 cents a day, or not for an hour. I mean, of course you got room and board too. You know.
You're a husky guy there. Of course, they raise all the food, so what the heck, it cost them that much either, right?
Then I'd worked there about 5 weeks, and I had all at $23. And I went to the World's Fair in Chicago in 1933 and blew it all.
Well, I guess that's what the fairs are for, right? For drivers like you, kid from the country.
What could you do with $23 a day though?
Well, I don't know. How'd you get to the World's Fair?
Went by the train from Warren, Illinois Central. And then we had an aunt and a sister down there, so we had free room and board, where that was. And it cost 10 cents on the bus to go from there to the World's Fair. And honest, was it more like $2, isn't it?
I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, yeah. All right, back to the farm. And you made hay loose.
Yeah. Just set it up in haycock and then pitch it on the wagons and
Oh, you made the cocks. You made the hay cocks first, huh?
before we had a hay loader.
Is that right? That's a little before me, I think. We won't get into that, okay? So, that's right. I don't just recall seeing hay cocks when I was a kid.
Then we were the hay loader for quite a few years. Then I bought a baler, New Holland baler, and then custom work for 10 years.
What was it? What year do you think? What were those years?
1947 to 57, I guess, something like that.
All right, well, you're in this custom work here. Then, were there a lot of woods when you were growing up? More, like say in the 30s.
I suppose a little bit more than what it is now.
But, so you had the sawmill is where I met you.
Oh, yeah, right.
And you went out and did custom sawing. How did that come about there? How do you get into that?
Oh, my brother and I went to do that. And we had another old mill that's going on, and that couldn't make any footage on it. So they bought a Jackson lumber harvester. And you can do 1,000 feet an hour there if everything working good now.
Well, like when you the sawing part, did your father have that sawmill there, or that was just you and your brother just decided to do it on the side of farming and doing something else?
I hired a sawyer to saw the building the corn crib for me. And it looked easy and nice, so we decided we better get into business. And we were there for 18 years.
And it was portable.
Usually within 45 miles of Gratiot. Any direction, never advertised it, just advertised itself.
I know how I saw them too. You guys, you wheel that baby up there in the top of that old hill and drop them old logs in there, roll them in and do it again. How do you do it? How do you shut that log in there? Like this? Like you was doing there in a while.
Oh, the camper.
Yeah.
And then trip them over and I'll tip them over.
Yeah.
Nothing to it, I figured out.
It's kind of interesting. You keep turning and turning it, and all you get that square. And
They was wondering why they had to turn it so often. I said it's a good exercise. But if you keep turning it like that, your lumber will be more true. The log won't spring so much.
I remember you say, "Well, now, John, I'll take you one this one there. I'll take you one where you want it set at." But I saw that lumber. They made those big beams. Of course, right away you got to use it because you can't drag those nails in when they're dry.
You can use the drill.
Yeah. And the drills, I don't know what kind of drills they had back in those days, but anyhow. But by God, that old beams would warp. Put that hay in there that summer. I don't know. We probably should have let it dry.
How big were the beams? 8 by 8 or?
I think so.
Well, then we started to go 2-inch stuff and laminate them. That's a stronger beam now.
Okay, and I think that's what goes later on for anything.
Sure. You learn as you go along. We're sure that way.
So most of the sawing was done then maybe for. Was any of this lumber ever planed, or was it always just in the rough saw?
They usually use it rough for machine sheds and barns, and they use some in houses too. Sure.
You said you did that for 18 years.
Yeah.
God, that's a lot of wood. So.
But then I had the mill there. We had it over 40 years altogether. And then custom work where they brought the logs to me after I had it at my place.
Were you milking cows all the time when you was farming? Or?
Sure. Yep.
And did the milk always go to the Ronnerrud factory?
You did from that farm, yes.
Until
I Had to sail in 65. Then I moved to Warren.
Yeah, that's right. Now you're back in Wisconsin again, right? That's, well, the world goes around. Well, you found a lady friend, right?
I never moved out of Wisconsin, but I had a Warren address.
Oh, is that it?
On DD there, north of Warren.
And you found a lady friend?
At Warren, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Mrs. Schultz.
How long have you been married now?
Let's see. We were married almost 25 years. She died 6 years ago, the Monday morning after Easter. But she had a 16-year-old son, did. So I got 4 step grandchildren. One of them is teaching school in Lafayette College right now. The oldest one went through college and everything like that. And they're doing good.
Well, back to the cheese factory. You remember Tony pretty well there?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Did they ever have any parties there? Do you remember? Or?
Oh, every year when they had the annual meeting, when they put on a party, sure. But then a lot of times in the morning, when they could, bring their milk and they just sit around and some guys bring a guitar and have a party singing and all stuff like that.
Just on the regular day, you mean? Or?
Yeah, sure. Not every day.
No, but just sometimes people, who were these? That's kind of nice. It was kind of a gathering place, wasn't it? Come to the factory and visit and talk.
That was before they had television and all that stuff too.
So I would say that we never had anybody in our factory, or that I know of. That farmers just brought up sometimes. Just who were the guys playing the guitar?
Oh, let's see. I think Drake was one of them, and then Norman Olson. He would sing, and get them going, and they'd all chime in.
Them great boys, really. That whole family could play.
Right. Ted too.
Yeah.
He would play the violin like anybody.
Yeah, it's
Was
just
the best of them.
Yeah, and just I just Ted. I just saw him here, up Darlington here, not too long ago.
Oh yeah, I stopped in and see him in the winter too. And they play for the fish suppers in Argyle. I think he played with horse feathers out of Monroe, didn't he?
Yes, I do. I used to play with another band with, I can't think of his name right now, accordion player. Just doesn't come back to me. It's Ted, guy from Winslow, Butch Robbie, and Ralph Mann was the accordion player. He played with them for years. There was 3
Sounds like Winslow.
Yeah, 3 more in Winslow. There's Ralph Mann and Butch Robbie. Ralph and Butch were both gone.
There's a lot of local talent like that do real good.
But the Norwegians seemed like were the fiddle players. Now, the only Swiss that I ever knew that, which I'm sure there were many, was Willie Niederberger. But still seemed like the Norwegians, like, you get them fiddle or bingo.
They like to fiddle around.
I suppose. That sounds like it. Anything, stories your dad telling any stories about his grandpa coming over or anything, or that we'd like to maybe record, it would be kind of an interest here?
Well, they left the first part of April in 1969, and Dad was a year old, the 3rd of April. 1869.
1869.
1869.
Yeah, okay.
Then they were on the water 16 weeks. And they landed in Quebec, Canada. Then they took the train from there to Monroe. And a man from Woodford met him with the team and a lumber wagon from Monroe to Woodford. And that's where they lived for 2 years in that little cabin before they moved out on the water bank.
Did they have a relative here, you think, or they must have had some kind of connection with
Hans Wong, right west of Woodford, and Irving Johnson owned the farm now. And that was some relatives. And then out where they lived, there was Anton Olsen. They were neighbors in Norway, so that was a drawing card to get them out there where they were there.
All right, now, then you had the church, you went to the West Wyoming church then, right?
Right.
And was that about the same time, the East Wyoming?
That was built in 1889. And it burned just 100 years later. Right on the dot. And they got a new church a while, take its place.
Well, I can't think of anything else unless you can think of something.
Yeah, I think like the dairy industry has changed so awful much now. They got coolers and they got big trucks to haul the milk around, and the price is a lot better. And I think that the farmers ought to have $20 for that milk instead of just 14,
I think so.
for all the expense that it costs to produce it, you know.
Yeah. The family farm seems like it's kind of going away, but they're getting to much larger farms.
Right.
In our area, some of the farmers are renting all the crop ground out. You know, what I'm saying is, instead of each one putting in the oats and the corn and the hay, big farms. Of course, they got pretty good cropland, but they're renting it out to the cash renting it and buying the feed. It's kind of a new cycle now again.
They can't afford to buy all that expensive machinery.
Yeah.
That's the big problem.
So you saw a lot of changes. Well, when you milk by hand, how many, you say you milked by 10, 12 cows? That was your...
Yeah, 12, 15 at the most. But then we had dry stuff beside that, okay, heifers and stuff.
How many, what was kind of the top herd that you had?
I suppose around 35 on that 8-acre farm.
That's a lot of cows per 80 acres.
Well, yeah, we got young stock too, you know. And then went to beef another more.
Well, that was kind of easy, that wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, they had time to take care of them over there. Just got married. How old were you when you got married?
49.
49. Well, Brent, I want to thank you for coming. And I'm kind of interested in that wood saw there, you know.
It's been my pleasure to be here.
Thanks again.
Sure.
See you, okay?
Mud vacation.